Let's talk about grooming. As a puppy, it's really important that you do this a lot, like daily. And you don't have to do the whole puppy daily. You can. What I picture, and what we often do, is when we're settling in for the evening of relaxing, the puppy lays on the floor and we just have a brush and we're brushing puppy. The areas that you need to focus on, because brushing the back is super easy, but they hardly ever get mats on their back. So you want to pay attention to desensitizing your puppy in the areas that are the most sensitive. And you need to take that sensitivity in your mind, to keep it in your mind, so that you're extra gentle and you're making this as pleasant of an experience as you can. Because if they love it now, or learn to love it now, they will love it as an adult too, when it takes a lot longer to brush your puppy, or your dog, your full-grown dog. And then it won't be chasing them around the table. They'll just lay down and expect it, and it'll be a great bonding experience for you. Ears, underneath, on top, and below, because this friction of the ears hanging causes mats in this jaw area here. Also, the hair that grows in their ears, I'm not a huge fan of plucking. If you keep at it, and it's just a few hairs at a time, plucking is totally fine. You use a little cornstarch on your fingers so that you can easily just grab the hair and just gently pull that hair. If it gets to be a lot, I like trimming it. You can get the nose hair trimmers or little trimmers like that, and you can go in there and you can trim. But you have to desensitize them to that noise being close to their ears so that they know that it's not scary. If it gets really matted in there, you may have to go to the groomer, and they have like the special tongs that lock, and they can pull that out. But sometimes that can cause head shaking. So try to keep up with the inside of their ears, and keeping the ears nice and light, especially underneath, so that air can get in there, and you won't end up with yeast problems there. Around their nose, they don't always like clippers and things near their nose. So if you spend time making sure that they know that you're not going to hurt their nose or poser, they'll be appreciative of that. Around their feet is another one. Around their nails and their feet, brushing, messing with their paws, getting in rubbing your finger in their pad creases. Each toenail, just rubbing it with your fingers. This is all excellent for your puppy in the evenings, where you're just like loving on your puppy and giving him love touches, and he doesn't know that he's getting ready for grooming appointments, and your groomer will love you too. Behind the elbows and by the hips, those tend to be high mat areas, so make sure you're brushing in those areas, because wherever friction happens, that's where the mats happen, and you might want to keep that area shorter if that tends to be an issue. Also, around the collar, you want to make sure you're brushing underneath the collar and at the base of the tail for some reason. We always like to keep our heinies clipped really short so we don't end up with poopsicles, because that is gross, especially as they're switching to new environments and everything. Sometimes diarrhea can happen from the stress. So pumpkin is great. Pumpkin and rice is really great for upset bellies, but keeping that hiney nice and short will let the poop just fall to the ground instead of getting tangled in their curly, beautiful hair. What else? Is there anything else? I think that's it. Just being gentle. The brush that I have, the red brush with the wires, is excellent, because what happens there is that those brush bristles go in towards the skin without hurting the skin, and you can just easily work through and keep the hair from matting at the skin level, because oftentimes we just brush and we think we're getting it all, but it's actually the hair at the skin level that does the matting. It's hardly ever the hair that is hanging down and getting nice and fluffy and beautiful. When they get close to a year, you can expect to have to do a total shave down. Don't hate your groomer. Actually go to your groomer and say, my puppy's close to a year. I know they need shaved down to help transition to the adult coat. This will help your groomer feel comfortable doing that, because when you take them to the groomer and don't say that, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to shave this dog and my client is going to hate me. But I'm telling you, this has to be done regardless. Like, I've never seen a dog not need it done in the Doodle family, because what happens is that puppy coat sheds out, but it's not on your floor. So it's being tangled in the new growing adult coat, and the mats are so close to the skin and so many of them that they just need a total shave down so that they can start fresh with their adult coat. So if you go to your groomer and say, I know we need a total shave down so that to help them transition, your groomer will love you. So those are my tips on grooming. I hope that helps. Do it frequently with your puppy, and then you can do it a few times a week with your adult dog, and you can ask more specific questions to your groomer as to how to best care for your specific puppy coat to get the whatever length and style you want and help it last.